Okay, I'm working on the gusset for our clutch. We did we're doing a different measurement on this gusset because to allow for our machine to go in here and sew this. And you may need to do this too if you don't have if your machine will not sew really close in here. So we're allowing some room to get our machine in there. Okay, so the first thing I did was I scored my paper and I straightened the bottom edge. And the first thing I do is take my broken bottom gusset, I mean not the gusset, I'm sorry, the bottom, and I measure between the two pins, and that's 1 inch. And so what I'm going to do is make a line. First I'm just going to pin that distance right here. Okay, and there I will, then I will draw my pencil line. Okay, and then what I want to do is get the distance of the opening of the bag, which ours opens, we want it to open about 3 inches. So I measure half of that from the fold, and so that's 1.5 inches. Okay, and I draw another pencil line between those two pins. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is take my front and back master pattern, and there's the pinhole that we have here. This is the 1/2 inch from here. What I do is, well, I'm going to mark these lines too. This is A and B. Okay, I put my all through this pinhole, and I pin through to line A. And what I'm going to do is spring this front and back pattern to line B. Okay, and then I'm going to trace. Okay. And then to allow for this 1/2 inch extra measurement that we have on here for our sewing purposes, I'll measure over here a 1/2 inch from the top of this gusset and also from the bottom that I just traced. And while I'm down here, I'm going to extend that line over and extend this line over and draw a line between those two pins. Okay, so that gives you that extra part that you're going to need for your machine. Okay, and then from here, from line B and this horizontal line, I measure down 3/8 of an inch and pin. Okay, and on this gusset, what we do is measure also down 1/8 of an inch from this middle part of your gusset and pin it, and then cut to the corner of your gusset. This allows some room for your flap to go over your gusset. So it just gives a little extra room there. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out now. Okay, and I had measured the 3/8 down from this part here, from the edge of that gusset, and that's going to be the bottom part of my gusset. And then I just cut this little piece out right here that's the bottom of the gusset. And the bottom tab of that will actually attach to your bottom piece. Okay, so that will attach to that bottom piece. Okay, and then you need to draw in your windows that are going to go in here. I start a little, put a pin about like 1/8 of an inch in from this corner, and you actually should fold it in half when you do that so that you can mark both sides. Okay, so I did that, and then I will draw a horizontal line between those two pins. Okay, and then you will have, you can measure down about like about 1/4 inch from the top, and then maybe another little 1/4 inch pin right there, because these will be the little tabs that will come out. And then you're going to be making a long window in the middle with a triangular bottom, and that will be about 1/4 inch wide. So from this measurement I go 1/8 inch out. And put your pencil line. And about 2/3 down, you're going to be angling out that window, making a little triangular pattern. So you mark that pin right there, and you'll be drawing this line connecting to that little corner line that was the 1/8 of an inch in. And you do that on the other side also. Wait a second, I didn't do that last line right. I connected it to the wrong pin. Let's go to this one, so that my triangle is symmetrical. And then there'll be that little tab here that you tear out. It's just about 1/4 inch little tab. And you can make one over here too if you want to keep this little triangle place in place. Okay, so that's your gusset pattern, and we'll show you how this goes from here. And you do need to mark that. So this is the clutch gusset, and the stay paper will actually bend this way, since it does bend that way. Okay, so that was the clutch pattern for this. I'm sorry, the clutch gusset for the clutch pattern. So this is the stay for your lining.